So when it comes to a new crisis that you need to communicate to your team right away, there are some things that are important to remember. Number one, what's happening now and what's the truth? Meaning, we have to tell them the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Meaning that if you're not being completely transparent and honest, people are going to smell it. They're going to tell. And then all of a sudden, not only do you have an issue around the crisis, but you have an issue around your leadership. So tell them what you need to tell them. Be as truthful as possible, and you will win some brownie points. You also need to tell them what you don't know. Don't pretend that you have it all figured out. If you don't have it all figured out, people are going to cut you some slack. So tell them that you don't know something if you don't. Make sure that you put some sort of context to this. How should we have a perspective on this particular issue or this crisis? How do we see it? So that you can begin to shape people's mindsets in a direction that's going to be proactive versus one that's just on doom and gloom and the sky is falling. What positive outcome could come from this? This is, I think, key. And another one of the big themes I want to convey is that when crisis happens, often after we get through it and the dust has cleared, new things come out that are very positive. Yes, it is awful, some of the stuff that we go through, but overall, there could be some new ways of doing business, new product enhancements, etc. This could be the Apollo of how we do work, meaning that so many new technologies came out of the Apollo process back in the 60s, that this could be a similar type of situation in terms of new ways of which we do business might spring forth. New technologies could spring forth. So continue to look for those gems because it actually can help build morale. Also, what are the expectations you have for your people? How do you want them to behave during this time? In the beginning, I do believe we have to be very careful, very understanding of people's concerns. And then slowly, if this virtual environment becomes the norm long after coronavirus, then the accountability and performance management, all those other things will have to come back into our leadership and management style. But for now, it probably makes sense that we're going to give people a fair amount of latitude because of the amount of stress everyone's going through. And then lastly, how do we rally everybody together? How do we make lemonade out of lemon, so to speak? Is there something that we can say that says, I have confidence in you. I know that we're going to be able to do this. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, but if there's any kind of a team that I wish that were with me, it's you. You know, something that's true and honest and heartfelt and vulnerable will win you a lot of brownie points. So we talked about three things. One, making sure that we are focused on the right thing and building a scaffolding for making decisions so that our reptilian brain doesn't hijack our prefrontal cortex and cause us to get into rash, fight or flight, quick and easy decisions that sometimes have unintended negative consequences. Two, creating a virtual team. How do we set that up? And how do we build a virtual office in our home? And three, what is our communication plan? What does that look like? Specifically, what kind of behaviors are we trying to change and then work our way backwards? How do we message during a crisis? At Mission Facilitators International, we've been at this kind of work for a long period of time. We started off in executive coaching and have done virtual coaching for years. There have been many people that I've never even met face-to-face that I had very deep relationships with over the phone. And all of our coaches have at least 10 years experience, are certified, and have real-world knowledge. And lastly, we do a lot of virtual facilitations, 2 hours or 2 days. A lot of the stuff that we're being asked to do right now has to do with crisis management, leading in a virtual environment, team building, strategic planning, staff and board development, and all the other training and development things that we've been known to do. If there is anything that me and my staff, me and my team can do to support you during this crisis, we are here to do that. There's two ways I want to share with you how you can connect. 1-800-926-7370. Thank you for your time.